In the latest efforts to limit device usage in schools, Governor JB Pritzker is supporting a bill that would require all school districts and charter schools in Illinois to adopt a wireless communication device policy. This bill failed last session, but it is being reintroduced with additional requirements. The governor's office says the growing presence of cell phones in classrooms is harming both learning and student mental health by reducing social interaction and adding more distractions during class time. A Pew Research study found 72% of high school teachers call cell phone distraction a major problem. Peoria Public Schools actually implemented a cell phone ban in 2024. A survey of more than 370 school partners, 86% reported a positive impact on student safety and wellness.
Teachers, administrators, and students have told me there's a stark improvement in the overall learning environment. That is something that I want for every classroom across the entire state.
The bill does include exemptions for things like medical needs or to meet an individualized education program plan. It's also known as a 504 plan. Schools would also be required to provide storage options for devices. We've got a list of those guidelines at 25newsnow.com.